Hello and welcome to this short training that is going to show you how the Easy Client Attraction Method helps coaches, consultants, therapists, and healers enroll 5 to 10 premium clients each month without ads or complex sales funnels. Now, you're probably here because you're feeling like this woman on the slide. Now, you're building, you're following, you're promoting, you're posting, you want to really grow your business, and you've got loads and loads of ideas, but not enough time to implement and monetize them. And you just don't know how you can fill your programs, masterminds, or one to ones. Now, if this sounds familiar, then you're absolutely in the right place because you might be overwhelmed as there's so many things that you could or should be doing, and it is absolutely confusing. Totally agree with you, but not to worry, you are in the perfect place. So let me help you gain some clarity around what's really essential in business to get that needle moving for you. So, and if you're like me, you probably have been told the same things like create complicated funnels, do paid ads, do webinars, launch email lists, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the list goes on, right? And the thing is, social media is getting more noisier, and there's more competition. There's more coaches coming into the market, and it is exhausting. But it's got me thinking. It really has got me thinking. Why are so many entrepreneurs actually struggling? And I see a ton of posts on Facebook where in groups, just people just adding the links on a promo post, but that's not really working, is it? So what to do instead? So the main question is, how can you attract the ideal premium client that is actually keen to transform and is also willing to invest financially? I think that's the dream, that's the ideal scenario, right? But the good news is not all bad. Obviously, the good news is absolutely the world needs people like you and me because the coaching market is actually booming. And we do need more inspiring entrepreneurs that can change the world and really make it a better place. And just to put some figures around this, actually, the online coaching business was valued at around 1.9 billion US dollars in 2020, so around the pandemic. But it's actually growing and it's projected to actually more than triple in the next 5, 6 years. Just imagine that. That's like 5 billion US dollar market that we can tap into. So the potential is huge and the world absolutely needs us. So stay tuned, okay? But because I'm here to actually show you my process. It's called the Easy Client Attraction Method, and it helps you enroll 5 to 10 premium clients every single month. It consists of two parts, okay? So let me talk you through those two parts. Basically, there's two things here. Um, Number one, we actually need to walk the talk and we need to actually work in an aligned way and enjoy the journey. So that's the part which I call self leadership mindset. Without that mindset, things are just not going to happen, even if you have the best strategy in the world, right? And number two, we do need strategy, obviously. We need to have some sort of sales and marketing system in place, which means the right positioning, consistency in what we're doing. And also, you want to convert easily, right? When we have that in place, we can convert customers or potential clients into customers. And we also need a system that actually does the heavy lifting in the background. So, what we need is a solid sales and marketing system and a daily workflow that has the potential to create 10, 20, 30, even 50K month, even without paid ads. It's absolutely possible and proven and without the complex sales funnels. But if you're like most business owners that I work with, it is really about creating a consistent and easy approach to marketing so that we can actually spend more time serving our clients that and things that we really love doing, which essentially is coaching, it's consulting, it's transforming, right? But before we go dive deep into what that is and how we do that, I'll actually just introduce myself very briefly. I am Sabine Matharu, and I am a business growth strategist and also the founder of the Easy Client Attraction Method. Now, I've been coaching for about 20 years, really. And that was within corporate environments. And then I went online about 10, 11 years now when I had my second child, and I just didn't want to go back into corporates again. And what I love doing is I love focusing on creating extraordinary results and helping female business owners stop chasing and attracting clients by creating a market of their own. And I will talk a little bit more about what that actually is, um, that market of one. And as I said, I broke out of my corporate job. That's the reason why I do this now, because I've always felt that there is more to life, and I wanted to be the mother for my kids. I just traveled so much, because I was a busy exec, and I just wanted more. So actually, I didn't start as a business coach, believe it or not. I actually started off as a corporate leadership coach because that's what I knew best. And then I realized how overwhelming it was getting new clients in once I started to try to market. And I also found myself doing more marketing rather than doing all the coaching, the stuff that I really love doing. And I created all sorts of complex sales funnels, running ads, and did less coaching, which really frustrated me. I spent a lot of money in the process to A, on education, and B, on business resources, and of course on ads, but it didn't have much returns. So can you imagine how frustrated I was? And I was thinking, well, actually, I had it all in a corporate job. And here I am, I can't even make this work. So I felt not only overwhelmed, but I felt like an imposter, and I was doubtful about my own self. And I started to think, who do I really want to be in business? How do I want to move this forward? And I realized I wasn't actually doing the things that I was aligned with, right? I really wanted to create something that feels fun, that isn't just like someone's like a guru and tells you what to do. And most of the gurus actually do teach you all these sort of outdated things. But I knew I was better and more aligned, that, to leverage my time, I could actually make more money and spend more time with my loved ones. And that's why I actually created what I'm going to share with you later. It's the Easy Client Attraction Method. And the other thing is, I guess that's the great thing, is I actually was a process management manager before. So obviously I know everything about processes and step by step uh, systems. And I really wanted to create something to simplify and create that system for other business owners that will consistently and predictably attract new clients and get them to enroll into my programs quickly and easily. And after experimenting, I finally found a formula that did have that step by step process, and it takes that guesswork out of building that business. So that's a bit about me, but okay, let's go back into the stats and then dive into the how to. Okay. So the stats actually are really bleak. It's a very, very high percentage of businesses actually fail within the first year. And then 85% of entrepreneurs actually never get to six figures. And it's because they can't attract or convert the premium clients. So even if they attract clients, they can't convert them. So I looked back and wondered where, did I go wrong back then as well? And what's actually the secret? Is there a secret sauce? So I've learned a few things. Let me go in and share that with you. Number one, I realized, as I mentioned before, I wasn't walking the talk, right? I was just sort of going on webinars, reading things and, dabbling, and I wasn't going full in. So there was a mindset issue, that's for sure. And the other thing is I wasn't aligned with what I was teaching, because obviously I could tell someone else, you got to sort your mindset out and do this, that, and the other and be consistent. And I call that, like, again, I wasn't walking the talk. I was just sort of teaching something which I didn't do myself. Why would I do that? That's lack of self leadership. So, firstly, only preach what you also practice, right? So, in order to get back into alignment, I now only teach what I'm doing myself. And also, I haven't mastered everything, but I'm working on it, right? It is a journey. So, I also realized I had a mindset of a broke coach. So, what is a broke coach mindset? Well, imposter syndrome, even though I had many courses and I've been in executive kind of corporate jobs, I was hiding because I was fearful of judgment. I was fearful of making mistakes or saying something wrong that would upset someone online. I compared myself to others and was jealous. Yeah, like you have like FOMO when you go on online and see other people's posts and you're like thinking, oh my gosh, why is it not working for me? Why is it only working for them? And so I attracted clients who needed fixing, who wanted discounts. And I was feeling responsible for them, responsible for them doing well or not, right? So, like the mother. And then I lacked some boundaries and I would take anyone on. So, very, very interesting realizations. And from a marketing perspective, I was absolutely confused. Firstly, I was hiding because I didn't know what to post online, right? You're sitting there in the morning, you think, oh my goodness, what do I actually post? And when I did post, I heard crickets. I was being mediocre because I just sounded the same as everyone else. So I wasn't actually making the competition irrelevant. And I wasn't focused enough to consistently apply the daily workflow that would keep me consistent to create those sales conversations. And I really didn't have the courage to actually charge more than multiple 4 or 5 figures for my services. I would just charge peanuts. And I didn't have a working nurture and follow up in place to help that heavy lifting of creating that relationship up front, because your clients, your prospects are not going to straight away buy from you, so that you've got to put something in place that helps with all the heavy lifting and several touch points. And I had no way to filter prospects that weren't suitable, where they weren't aligned or they didn't do the work or they didn't have no money or the right attitude to invest. You've got to have a filter for that. So I hope you can relate to some of these challenges, even maybe just one, but I had obviously plenty to go through. So let's take a closer look at a general business. And what I did is I actually did picked at some of these things and created a framework or cluster, let's say. Because if you look at business itself, if you make it really, really simple, you strip everything down, there are only 4 elements that we actually need to have nailed. And they're not new stuff. You probably know about them, right? But you have to work on those in the right order so the whole system works. If you don't, then it doesn't work. There are little cogs that all fit together and make that whole machine work smoothly. So, what are the 4 elements? So, the 4 elements are marketing, sales, service, and then scale. So, when it comes to marketing, it's all about being visible so that actually people can find you and buy from you. Sales, your offer and your positioning with the aim to create a market of one, which actually means you have such a unique solution that you make your competition totally irrelevant, that you don't have to compete with any of the other programs or prices. You are very different. Super, super key. Number 3 is a service. It's actually the creation of a beautiful and very powerful program that not only aligns with your values, but also creates incredible results for every client so that it's consistent. And the scale, that actually means that you can take on more clients whilst working less hours and still creating amazing results and transformations, which are going to lead to more referrals and recurring income. That's what we all want. And as I said, because I used to be a project and process manager and, look at all these different areas, how to actually make things easier, I actually like laying things out and putting something together that I can follow step by step, but still have some creative freedom and something that actually really creates clarity, simplicity, and is something that's implementable. And that's why I've created the Easy Client Attraction Method. So the Easy Client Attraction Method actually maps this framework, marketing, sales, service, and scale, into step-by-step processes. And it also ensures that the quality of the delivery is there, because a lot of coaches actually don't actually teach how someone would actually go about to then create a program and how to deliver the program and how to get those referrals and the testimonials and all that kind of stuff, and how to get the business to scale as well. In addition, it also um, helps to shift the broke coach's mindset because it will position you powerfully. It creates boundaries and a filtering process so that only pre-sold clients will actually come to you. And it will also help you to put in place those daily habits so you can show up and do your best work. Because quite often we may arrive in the morning and we don't know what should we actually be doing to actually create a sales conversation. How do we really go about attracting those people? So let me show you um, a bit more. So yeah, I just kind of mentioned all of these things about confidence, step by step, daily workflow, make the competition irrelevant, automation, repeatable and predictable systems. So that's really, in a nutshell, what the Easy Client Attraction method actually does in terms of shifting mindset and getting a solid sales and marketing system in place. So let me talk you through the the method itself. So there are four frameworks, as I said, and they each map against the marketing, sales, service, and scale, as you can see. So the marketing equals the power positioning formula. As I said, it's about creating a very strong positioning so that you create a market of one. The sales is the SOAP series framework, which will actually do the heavy lifting for you so that a client or potential client comes into your world and gets to know you very rapidly and is pre-sold when they come onto a call. So there's a filtering mechanism already in place, there's a positioning mechanism already in place, and they've already been nurtured. So that's your sales cycle. And then when it comes to the service, that's your rapid revenue formula. It's about talking about how to create a very powerful program that delivers results on a consistent basis for all your clients. And the repeat revenue formula is all about scaling, about referrals, creating partnership, outsourcing, and all that good stuff. So, in essence, if you think about it, the easy client attraction method is actually simple. It's evergreen, it's organic, and it does attract clients predictably and effectively as well. But there are three principles on which this is built on. So, number one, it's premium pricing. It helps you craft offers so that you can command premium pricing without having to compete on price, right? So, it's about positioning yourself and also creating a massive transformation. It's not about putting your prices up, it's about creating a program that really creates that transformation and be able to express what that transformation is for your market. Number two, it's the business growth. It shows you exactly how you can grow your business on a daily basis. So, what are you going to do on a daily basis in order to stay consistent? And that's without running Facebook ads. How do you organically get those people into your Facebook group or whatever you might have going on, a masterclass? So, it's bringing those people into your world and for them to get to know you very, very quickly in order to be able for them to realize how you can help them. And number three, it's really the time freedom. It sets you up with all the foundations and the system that does the heavy lifting for you when it comes to lead generation, nurture, and conversion. So you can actually get that time freedom back, create work with groups, but also not having to repeat yourself over and over again and having to reinvent the wheel. But you actually put something like a machine, like that system in place that really works for you behind the scenes 24/7. And it doesn't require complicated technology, promise you. So just imagine for 1 second that hitting your income targets without having to work unsociable hours and also being able to create a massive impact for your clients and also have the freedom to create your lifestyle and freedom you wanted. Imagine you can do this. And imagine you could just attract 5 to 15 premium clients per month. Doesn't need to be thousands of clients, right? You maybe just a handful really good quality clients. And that will help you live your life and the way you do business on your own terms. And you can still make that massive impact in the world because, as we know, as coaches, consultants, healers, we create this ripple effect. And we get people who didn't know us before buying, maybe within even 7 days. You can get them to buy from you within 7 days if you're setting this up in a clever way, if you have that system, if you have that daily workflow, if you have that routine in place that is inside or part of the easy client attraction method, then you can absolutely do 10, 20, 30K months. Now, I'm on a mission to support 10,000 coaches, consultants, and healers, therapists to make this reality. If you want to make this a reality, do stay tuned. I'm going to actually go deeper into all the 4 key frameworks that I mentioned in the next couple of videos. I'll see you there.